It all started with a simple mistake. I was house-sitting for my friends, the Millers, while they were on a 2-week vacation. They lived in an old, sprawling house on the outskirts of town, the kind with creaky floors and a history whispered in every shadow. Before they left, Sarah Miller handed me a single, ornate brass key. "This is for the front door," she said. "It's the only one we have. Don't lose it." Famous last words, right? The first week was uneventful. I watered the plants, fed their cat, Mittens, and enjoyed the quiet solitude. But on the 8th night, I came back from a late dinner with friends, and my heart sank. The key was gone. I checked my pockets, my bag, my car, everywhere. It had vanished. Panic set in. I circled the house, checking every window, every possible entry point. Everything was locked up tight. I was about to call a locksmith when I noticed something odd. The small, circular window in the attic was slightly ajar. It wasn't an ideal solution, but it was my only one. I found an old ladder in the shed and propped it against the side of the house. The climb was shaky, but I managed to hoist myself up and squeeze through the narrow opening, tumbling onto the dusty attic floor. The air was thick and smelled of mothballs and forgotten memories. As I brushed myself off, my flashlight beam caught something glinting on the floor. It was the key, the brass key. I was relieved, but also deeply confused. How did it get up here? I must have dropped it earlier when I was exploring, but I might have told myself, though I had no memory of ever coming into the attic. I pocketed the key, found the attic hatch, and climbed down the pull-down ladder into the upstairs hallway. That's when I heard it. A faint scratching sound, coming from downstairs. Mittens' Primera K let out, but the scratching continued, rhythmic and insistent. It was coming from the front door. My blood ran cold. I crept down the stairs, my heart pounding in my chest. The scratching grew louder, more frantic. It sounded like someone was desperately trying to get in. I peered through the peephole, expecting to see a stray animal, or maybe a branch, scraping against the wood. But I saw nothing. Just the empty, moonlit porch. The scratching stopped. Silence. Then, a new sound. A soft, metallic rattle from the other side of the door. It was the sound of a key turning in the lock. I stumbled backward, my mind reeling. The lock clicked open. The doorknob began to turn, slowly, deliberately. I was frozen in place, staring in horror as the door creaked inward. Standing on the porch, silhouetted against the night sky, was a figure. I couldn't make out any features, just a tall, dark shape. It didn't move. It just stood there, in the open doorway. Then it raised a hand, and in it, something glinted under the porch light. It was another brass key, identical to the one in my pocket. The figure spoke, its voice a dry, rasping whisper that seemed to echo from a long-forgotten place. "You forgot to lock the attic window," it said. "It's the only way in." I finally found my voice and screamed. I didn't wait to see what it would do. I turned and ran, up to Stirth, back into the attic. I didn't bother with the ladder. I scrambled to the window, squeezed through, and half jumped, half fell onto the ladder, sliding down and crashing onto the grass below. I didn't look back. I just ran. I never told the Millers what happened. When they got back, I just said I had a family emergency. They found the front door wide open when they arrived, but nothing was stolen. The only thing missing was their cat, Mittens. They eventually changed the locks, but sometimes, late at night, I wonder if my friend's key was the only one, and the one I found in the attic was the only one. Then whose key opened the door that night? And what was it trying to let in or out? Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more.